Maury, Connie, and Co. celebrate Anal Day. It's a festival when hormone monsters celebrate the gifts of love, sharing, and loving to share bad stuff. Amy and Rochelle also attend the event. Pete gets a label maker tape as a gift from Amy. Rochelle then starts criticizing Pete and calls him a dork. Dante shows up at the party. Amy and Co. panic. Petra speculates that Rochelle's gonna rip Dante's dick off. Dante introduces everyone to a souvenir he picked up in South America, the llama of his life, his fiancée, Daphne. Rochelle confronts him, but Dante claims that the old him hurt her, but he doesn't even know that jerk anymore. He claims he changed. When he tells her that he's ready for them to be friends, she loses her temper and sets the ash tree on fire. She then calls Daphne a pathetic donkey and wishes that their marriage will blow up in her mule face. Daphne starts crying, prompting Petra and Walter to take her side and defend her. Amy regrets inviting her. Rochelle shouts that she doesn't give a hoot what they think, then storms out. Rochelle joins General Malice and her friends in the basement and starts badmouthing all of her ex-friends. They consider wiping Hope off the face of the planet. General Malice decides to run the place and crash the Anal Day party. Pete reveals that he bumped into Dante's severed dick the other day, but it's undead now. Dante is glad that his favorite donger is alive and calls it an Anal Day miracle. Connie is stuffing goodies into Maury's butt for him to crap out at the stroke of midnight. Alice wants to talk to Sal's class as he's being bullied. Rochelle talks her out of doing it, explaining that the world is garbage. General Malice and her friend Anthony Piñata kill Peg. They then ambush the party with guns and everyone gets captured. General Malice states that New Jersey is about to become Hater Nation. Maury realizes that they plan to keep them away from humans. The goons forgot to check the supply closet as Joe and Gil are not captured. They decide to be the Bruce Willises and save the day. Rochelle shows up at the venue and is shocked to see the carnage. General Malice declares that they run the place now. Amy and Co. learn that the attack on them was Rochelle's despicable idea. The general shows Rochelle humans on camera fighting and getting the hate they deserve. She plans to get rid of Hope so that hate becomes unstoppable. She hands Rochelle a gun and orders her to kill her. But Rochelle can't bring herself to do it. She saves Hope and they flee. The general's goons shoot them, but the duo manage to get into the elevator. Dante's dick turns up but chooses to anti-Pete instead. An angry Dante betrays everyone and alarms the goons. They shoot at the D, but it manages to flee through the vents. The general orders Anthony to kill Dante as she doesn't like his kind. Maury reminds Connie and Co. that he has so much stuff stuck up his butt, maybe they can find something they can use as a weapon. The goons find Rochelle and Hope, so the two escape through the hatch. Meanwhile, Joe and Gil are crawling in the vents, which then collapse and kill a henchman. They grab his walkie and his gun and put his body in the elevator. Connie extracts hedge clippers from Maury's bat. She tries to attack the guards but gets overpowered. Hope and Rochelle leave through the hatch. The goons place some bombs inside the elevator, but the duo jump across. Hope grabs Rochelle's tail but slips and falls to her death. As Rochelle mourns Hope's death, Anthony Piñata grabs her and beats her up. The general learns that Maury and Co. try to escape, so she decides to punish them. She hands Montel a gun and orders him to kill his people, or else they'll all die. Montel chooses to let his parents live, but is asked to murder his mentor, Lionel. Just then, they hear on the goon's walkie that Rochelle is getting popped. Amy begs the general to tell Anthony Piñata to stop. It turns out Hope is still alive as she got help from the zombie dick. She clung to it and managed to land back inside the elevator. She saves Rochelle and hits Anthony with a frying pan. When Anthony regains consciousness, the zombie D summons more Ds who surround Anthony and rip him to shreds. Rochelle blames herself for the whole ordeal and admits that she hates being hateful. Hope assures her that she can fix it and says that she loves her. When they hug, Rochelle gets her body and winks back. General Malice orders Rochelle to turn herself in or else she kills Pete. Montel is forced to shoot Lionel. Maury tells Lionel that the threesome was the best sex of his life. As Montel is about to kill him, Gil and Joe show up and attack the goons. Maury uses a plate and hits another henchman. Montel and Co. hold the henchman at gunpoint. Rochelle and Hope try to save Pete but get surrounded. General Malice notices that Hope is missing a titty. Just then, Rochelle throws the titty bomb that causes a massive explosion. Pete slips and the general is holding to his pants. Rochelle and Co. pull him up after getting rid of his pants. The general falls to her death. Rochelle admits that she does love Pete, but just platonically. Rochelle pays Alice a visit and apologizes to her for making her so hateful. She tells her how important love is. Alice decides to take care of herself and her community. Daphne mourns Dante's death. All the characters sing a song about love, and the season ends.